Good morning. My team and I just spent 90 minutes inside the ICE facility conducting the kind of congressional oversight that we need to see all across the country and frankly is not happening enough. We asked a lot of questions. The food, the access to attorneys, the access to family members that they are given. We have requested more data that they have promised to us on how long people are staying here, and in particular how that has changed over time. You know, some of the observations that I made on my last visit, that there were not enough blankets and adequate facilities for people to be detained here for any length of time. Those have not changed, but we have been promised that they will change. We are going to follow up and stay on top of them. I asked specific questions about what reading materials they have. I saw a stack of Bibles. Do they have access to Qurans and other religious materials that individuals may request? I was told that that is the case, but all of these things we will follow up on. It does seem that they are moving people through here more quickly. The consequence of that is that they don't have as much time to have lawyers intervene in their cases.
What did you see in there, and how many people, and how is it different than from what you saw in June?
There were a lot fewer detainees in there today than there were in June. But I'd say there were probably 10 times as many detainees there in June as I saw today. One of the issues, again, this is in the technical details here, but one of the issues, because we asked about out-of-state transfers, you know, are you just moving people out of state because you know you're not going to get the results that you want or the Trump administration wants from judges in Massachusetts? And one of the issues is that there is no longer-term holding facility in Massachusetts for female detainees. So they have to go out of state. Part of the problem is that, you know, technically, I mean, we are putting the pressure on them to, for example, provide sleeping mats. But technically, because this is not a long-term holding facility where no one is supposed to stay overnight, they don't have a federal requirement to have that, right? And so all these other longer-term facilities have these requirements. Like, for example, families are not allowed to visit here. There's no visitation rights here, but visitation rights are accorded at these other facilities. So yes, the conditions are better. But do I just trust that? No, of course not. And you know, members of Congress that represent these longer term facilities need to be conducting this kind of oversight as well. Absolutely. One thing that was apparent throughout the visit is that the presence that you have here as Americans standing up for American values, it absolutely affects what happens behind those doors. Your presence here makes a huge difference. They know that they're being watched. They know that they're being held accountable, and we're going to continue doing that until this situation improves. The practices that we saw, that we've witnessed here in Burlington, do not meet the standards that we would like to see, but they are far better than in other facilities and other places we have seen around the United States. I give all of you a lot of credit for that, and that's why I will continue to be here with you conducting this oversight, going inside the facility, not just standing out here and complaining about it, but going in and getting into the details with the officers to keep them accountable to the laws that they are charged to enforce and that they have to uphold.